sports fans. How are we doing? I'm all good, thank you. Round 15 is upon us of the Betfred Super League 2025. So welcome to the 10 Yards Back YouTube channel, Spotify stream. YouTube, Spotify. Do me a favour, if you are watching these predictors and you like them, you got comments, you don't like them, even better, let me know. Comment on the thread. Let's make some friends. Let's make some fans. Let's come together, everyone, in the comments of the 10 Yards Back videos. Anyway, round 15 of the season. Where has it gone, eh? Where is the time? Where have those 15, 20 weeks with the Cups gone? In the past. That's where they are, because round 15 is upon us. And this is how it looks. So, Thursday night we got Castleford Hull KR. That may have passed by the time this video goes up, so let's see how right I was. There you go. First comment. Oh, you're full of shit, Scottson. It's Friday, Saints Leeds, Wakefield Wigan. Saturday afternoon, a nice little sunny game there. Warrington Huddersfield, Catalans Lee in that treasured 5:30 Saturday slot, and Salford Hull FC bringing the weekend home. I think I remember at the start of the season, Salford were like they were at the forefront of the bring back Sunday league, weren't they? Because more people can go on a Sunday. Salford are struggling for fans, so I think that's why they've had like 4 or 5 consecutive Sunday games. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. That's the way it goes. So if we look at the rankings, we got 10v1 on Thursday, 6v3 on Friday, 7v2, 8v11, 9v4, 12v5. So it looks like a lopsided week. But I think there's still some good stuff in there to rouse you, to make you interested. And I'll talk you through what I think that is. Starting with number 1. The Castleford Tigers versus Hull KR, the Robins. Now, 10v1. Normally I give a sort of the path to victory for Castleford here is blah. I don't really know what that is here this week. I mean, one thing they can try to do, I guess, is to utilise that pack they've got. They've also got a couple of options in the halves, the hookers, like I've said. Castleford's main tries this year have come through the wings, and unfortunately, I think the Robins at the minute are playing Davis on one wing. Either Burgess is back, so I can't remember. Or they've got Whitbread out there, who's even better in some situations. So I don't really see how Castleford can really do this. I don't think they'll get nothing. I'm going to say 32-8. So let's see how we go here. The problem with Hull KR at the minute, the Robins, is no matter where you look on the defensive line, they've got an answer for a break, or so they've got an answer for the shock play. So what you really have to do is wear them down over time. This being at the Jungle as well, like the Castleford home, it's a smaller pitch, whatever that means. I think Castleford are about to do a hell of a lot of defending their own try line, to be honest. So just hopefully they can weather the storm a little bit. I think what they have to do basically is to kick the hell out of the ball every opportunity they get. There's a plane going right over my house right now, so you can probably hear that. 32-8, I think. I don't think Castleford will get nothing, though they are very capable of getting nothing in this game. All right, number 2. Saints versus Leeds. This is 3v8. All right, fine. Saints technically scored more points than Leeds and more points on average than Leeds this year. Difference is, with Leeds, what you really have to do is look at their last couple of games to see their form, because for some reason Leeds have got this ability of, and it's coachless. It doesn't matter who's in charge or who isn't. They've got this ability of just dividing the season up and saying, right, if we want to play badly, we play badly here. If we want to play well, we play well here. Doesn't matter if we win every game. We'll just be successful across the season, and that's what they're kind of doing. So, I mean, 388 points for Saints, 300 points for Leeds. If you take away those 2 Salford games that Saints have had and that 1 Salford game that Leeds have had, you're kind of coming up even there. You've probably got about 260 points in both cases, and Saints are just letting a few more slip in. So, I think, to be honest, it pains me to say it, but Leeds today, not today, are going to take it, and it's going to be about 24-6. I hope Saints can get something, because the whole wing situation for Saints doesn't look well today. Last week, Leeds versus Warrington, you kept hearing the same names over and over again, and that was Hanley, Newman, Lum, Connor, of course, and the centres. All right, Newman, Hanley centres, but it doesn't matter if you've got a weak link on your wing between that centre wing pairing. These guys are just going to cut straight through you. So, hopefully Saints can do it. I mean, it'd be great if they did. This is the one where, like, I'm hoping that there's a bit of an upset here, but it would have to be an upset at this point, because Leeds are on fire and Saints are burnt out. All right, Wakefield, Wigan. Unfortunately for Wakefield, Bevan French is back. They've got their general back on the field, and he's going to be pissed off, and so is everyone, at what they did last week at Dewsbury, the Flair Stadium with Huddersfield. Wakefield do have the ability this season of getting a real good momentum behind them. So I think this game is actually going to be quite stop-start, quite slow. We're probably going to try to slow them down, because, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? We got 2 versus 7 here, and Wakefield, the newly promoted team, but nevertheless, they are a threatening team this year, which is great to see. Jowett seems like he can do whatever he wants. McMeekin bringing it right through the middle. The wings are kind of just controlling the situation, which is uncharacteristic of Wakefield of old. I think, I mean, I've got this one at 12-28. I don't think Wakey will get nilled, like I said, and I think that they'll actually put up a really good fight, because listening to the Wakefield Heritage podcast is presented by a friend of mine. Wakefield fancy this because historically Wigan don't really travel to Wakefield very well, whatever that means. Either way, it'll be a good game, but Wakefield just really have to capitalise on that territory. I think if you let Wigan into your own 40, that's where they're going to start doing the fancy stuff, as well as these scrum plays I was talking about last week. Wigan are going to be looking to not do too much, not do anything they don't have to. So most of the points are going to come from structured, organised play rather than broken play, I think, whereas Wakefield, unfortunately, are going to have to rely on that broken play. This is an interesting one this week, and it's 8 versus 11, 12 league points to 2. Warrington have won 5 more games than Huddersfield, yet I'm still here giving Huddersfield kind of half a chance. It's going to be a big stadium. It's going to be a hostile stadium compared to what happened last week. But nevertheless, Huddersfield will be rock hard after last week's performance. Again, it's hard to talk about that game without it seeming like a Huddersfield victory, because even though they lost, I think it was a Huddersfield victory. In the end, they will have taken a lot out of that game. Warrington are going to be that they're going to be gutted about what happened last week. They were demolished. The thing is, though, they don't have Dufty, Warrington, so that is a link missing out of that chain. That I keep saying it's almost like it's a strategy they've been doing for the past 2 years. Sorry. On the fourth play, Dufty gets the ball and he makes 40 yards, and I don't know why he can just always do it. So without that attacking prowess of Dufty, they are gonna be a bit behind. Having said that, it is still Huddersfield. Now they are coming good. They're doing good things. Can they do good enough things? I don't know. The one thing I will say about Huddersfield is that last week's game against Wigan was one of the only games I've seen in a long time where they actually made 200 or 300 less meters than Wigan and still basically won. They lost in the last few seconds, which means that in that game, and that game alone, I'm only taking it in isolation, they were much more efficient with the ball than Wigan were. So if they can do that again this week, like I said, just efficiency. We don't need crazy stuff. We just need completed sets, good ball work, good passes, safe hands. Who knows? Maybe they can turn this over. I've got it being pretty close, 22-20. A lot of that waiting is from last week, so we'll see how it goes. If we get Warrington of 2 weeks ago in the Challenge Cup final, Huddersfield are in trouble. Could be a nil. All right. Saturday afternoon. It's a nice time to watch some rugger, isn't it? All your kids' activities are finished. Maybe even crack yourself a nice little tinny for this one. Catalans Lee. Lee seem to be back. Lamb, Ipape, they've got that chain working. I think they're still missing O'Brien, which actually is a bigger hole than I think they would like to admit. But the forward pack of Lee as well. Now that's going to be an interesting battle here. Lee's pack has been bolstered over the past couple of weeks. Joe Offengawe, I think his name is. I know who he is. I just don't know how to pronounce his name. Has been performing very well over the past couple of weeks, scoring a couple of tries last week, and they're all over the park. Now Catalans are a big team. They've got a big pack, but as I've said repeatedly recently, they just don't seem to care about that. They just don't seem that bothered about winning games anymore. Hopefully, a home crowd, some south for France, southern French sun, maybe they can do it. I've got this one at 24-10. Because Lee can let tries in, so they will let them in. Maybe it'd be 24-12 because GAB is pretty good with the boot, but Catalans just need to book up their ideas, because I mean look at the points for and against here. Catalans have let in 120 points, 130 unanswered points over the past couple of games, plus 68 points that were kind of answered. So we're talking about a 200 points swing over the past couple of weeks there. So before that, they're actually doing pretty well. So if they can just return to form again, and I think it's all an attitude thing, then Lee are in for a tough, hot night in Perpignan. All right, coming up with the final game of the weekend, that Sunday afternoon, that lazy Sunday afternoon game, Salford versus Hull FC. There's only one way this is going to go. We know this. We've got 5th versus 12th by a long shot. I mean, the points difference between these two teams is astonishing. Forget the league points. Just the pure points difference. Salford haven't broke 100 points yet. And Hull FC are just in deficit, actually, I think. So that's just in the positive. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I've got this down as 32 points to 4. And I'm hoping that 4 is another one of those, Sam Hill spectaculars or the Johnny Vaughan specials that, gets all the Salford fans on their feet, despite the fact that the game is well and truly gone. So that's what I'm hoping. I mean, Hull FC at the minute, 32, to be honest, for Hull FC is pretty conservative. I think they can really, really stick it to them here. Whether they will or not, I don't know. But one thing's for sure, Salford aren't walking away from this one. All right. So there's my predictions, everyone. What do you think is going to happen this weekend? Will Saints beat Leeds? Will Salford do something amazing? What will happen? Will the Dragons pull their fucking fingers out in Perpignan? Because that has the potential, I think, to be the game of the weekend, that Catalans League game. But otherwise, we're kind of hoping that Wakefield do a number on Wigan to make that spectacular, aren't we? All right, so there it is, my round 15. Join me next week, where I'll be hopefully coming at you from the south of France. Oh no, it's from the north of France on holiday. So if you don't get a video, it's because I'm pissed or something. Hopefully not. Hopefully you get your videos and you can take the piss out of my predictions. Until then, Spotify, Twitter, like, subscribe, whatever the kids say. Enjoy round 15.